Hey everyone, I'm Mind, and here are all 16 figures in LEGO Harry Potter Collectible Minifigure Series 2. I recently did a video opening an entire box of these CMF, which you can see here. I opened up 60 packets so I get multiples of all these figures, but in that video I just gave my general first impressions on the figures, while in this video I'll be doing a full review and my full thoughts on each of the figures in this series. So without any further ado, let's get started. Full disclosure before I get started, I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan in the world. I really liked it when the movies were still coming out and the books were relatively new. I read all the books and I watched all the movies when they came out. But it's been a while since I was really into it, so if I get a few things wrong in this review or miss some references, that's why. But I tried my best to look up things about these figures that I know, what they're supposed to represent and everything. So starting out with these first four figures, we have Harry with his book, which is apparently Advanced Potion Making. We have Dumbledore and Fawkes the Phoenix. We have Hermione, who's drinking some butterbeer, and she has her wand, and then Ron, who also has some butterbeer, and he also has his wand. Harry here, I think, is one of the most boring figures in this series. He's not bad, it's just, for $5, he could be a lot better. It's hard to capture on camera, but, his leg printing is actually really good. He's got some very subtle pockets right there. He's got the belt. He actually has black shoe printing all around it, which is really cool to see. He even has this little line going up the side of his pants that just shows a seam in the pants, and that looks really cool. But other than that, this figure just seems really lame to me. He's just got the generic black hairpiece, which fits him, but that hairpiece has been around for such a long time that it just feels old at this point. Another figure in this series has it. That's the hairpiece from Jay from Ninjago in black. It's a really old hairpiece, and it's just, it's not very interesting here. And turning him around, you see he has back torso printing that shows the back of his hood, which is, that's nice. It's just, the jacket as a whole is pretty simple. An accessory removed, you can see the Advanced Potion Making book, and if you open it up, there's some writing there. It's mostly just dashes to represent writing, but yeah, that's what's on the inside there. And then if you remove his hair, you can see a scar on the top. He's got somewhat of a neutral expression, not all too important his expression there. We've got many Harry expressions, but that's just another one. And then turning him around, you can see his alternate expression is a little surprised, a little shocked by everything. Next we have Dumbledore and Fawkes, and I think this is one of the better figures in the series. Fawkes is a new mold with a new print, and that's really, really cool. He's the normal LEGO red color with some black printing for the beak, some lines on his head, and then he's got some orange all over. Really, really cool looking piece. I really like this accessory. And then Dumbledore himself uses Gandalf's beard in white. He's got this new hat hair combo piece, which looks really cool. Comes with his wand, and he's got this really intricate red torso and legs, which I'll show you once I remove his beard. Because with his hat and beard removed, you can get a better look at that torso piece, and you can see it's really, really intricate and detailed. Lots of little, black lines on it. He's got the orange and yellow throughout the middle, and I really like this figure. Underneath his beard, you can see he just looks like an old man with a smiling face, so that's nothing all too special, but obviously he'll have the beard on most of the time, so it's not a big deal. And then turning him around, that water smile is replaced by a smirk. You can see his back printing, which has, it looks like a bit of a hood hanging down off of his robe. The same intricate black printing swirling all around, and then that printing even continues on the back of his dress, which is super cool to see, because the dress pieces don't always have back printing, so it's really cool to see that this one does. I really like Hermione here. She's one of my favorite figures in the series. Ron, I think I prefer her, but both of these guys are really good. They just have these casual clothes on, but I think they're very useful designs for casual clothes and can be useful outside of Harry Potter, which as someone who isn't the biggest Harry Potter fan, I really like that. She's got these dual molded legs with printing that wraps all the way around. It's dark blue and dark gray molded legs, and there's some light gray printing on it to represent. It represents boots and then her pants, and it looks really cool, and I could see that used on many, many other figures. And then she's got this striped sweater on, which looks really cool. I love the new butterbeer piece. I'd love to see that cop get printing with different color liquids inside other than just the butterbeer color. But yeah, it looks really good, and I like this one a lot. And yeah, she's got a really nice looking face print too. She's got her freckles and she's got the smile. I think it does a really good job of capturing the actress's face, and I really like that. There's a better look at it with her hair removed. And there's her alternate face, which I also think is really good. It just seems sort of surprised, worried, but not too intense. It's still a very neutral expression, which I like, because LEGO tends to go really exaggerated with the facial expression, so I like that this is a more neutral expression. And then next we have Ron. Ron is like Hermione, but to another level. He's got printed arms, which is really cool. These stripes on his torso continue into his arms, which is really cool. This makes this a really nice shirt piece. And something I forgot to mention with Hermione, both of these guys, they don't have any skin tone on their torso. So if you wanted, you could swap the hands out and use these for yellow figures, for figures of different skin tones, whatever you want. And these torsos are skin tone neutral because they don't have any printing on the torso that shows their skin color, which I love because I use a lot of yellow figures mostly, so I prefer to push these out for yellow figures. And yeah, this is really cool. He's got shoe printing. He's got a seam up the side of his pants, which you could probably see a little better than Harry's. It's just like a bunch of gray dots. Harry has the same, but it's black. And yeah, he's got these like gray jeans on with his dark gray shoes. He's got the same butterbeer piece, which is cool to get a second of that. He's got like Cole's hair from Ninjago in orange, his original hair, and yeah, pretty good looking. There he is with his hair removed, and you can better look at his face, and you can see he's just sort of like vibing. Like, it's a very neutral expression, but it fits Ron, and it's different from a lot of the other ones we have for him, so I like that. And then turned around, you can see the stripes continue on the back of his torso, and he's got like this upset face, which is actually Chandler's face from the Friends set, but with the eyebrow color changed to match Ron's, which is weird that they're reusing that face. I think it works for Ron, it's just strange that they would do that. Here are the next 4 figures in the series. We have Luna Lovegood with like this lion hat. We have Grip Hook with this sword of Gryffindor. We have Lily Potter with Harry as a baby. And then we have James Potter with a portrait of him and Lily. Luna I find really disappointing. She's got some good parts. The lion headdress is funny and it works for Luna and it's a cool piece to get. But other than that, there's not much to really care about here. Her pants are cool. It's just like Ron and Hermione's in that they're super detailed with the wraparound dual molded printing, which is cool. And her sweater is fine looking. It's just like these figures are $5 a piece, and she's got like the intricate headdress, and she also does come with her hair, which you can swap out right here. But I don't know. She feels like a little basic for a $5 minifigure. Like, if they're going to up the price, I'd expect a little bit more than just this. So this is a little disappointing to see from her. Luna does also come with an alternate face, and yeah, it's really cool to see that she got some alternate faces. Because remember, in the original CMF, she only had the one. Well, she had a dual-sided face, but only one was like a normal expression, so it's cool to see more faces for her. But yeah, even with that, I don't know, like, you can see her back torso print and all, just, it's fine, but it just seems a little plain to me for the price. Grip Hook here has, like, the same issues. Like, I feel like the Sword of Gryffindor, super, super cool piece, right? You can see it's got, like, these trans red pieces at the bottom and on each side, and it's this really intricate mold. I love that. Sword of Gryffindor is awesome. But Grip Hook himself is okay. He's got a cool new, like, hair mold. And then, other than that, he's just got, like, a pretty normal-looking face print for the character, pretty standard-looking torso print for anyone, really. And then he does have some stripe printing on his arms, which is cool, but then he just has basic short legs, and I don't know. Grip Hook is a character I don't remember at all from the movies. I don't know if he had a tiny part or who he was, but he's not ever a character I desired to be in this series, so $5 for this, like, pretty irrelevant character and a pretty cool sword is just weird. Like, the sword, really, really cool, but the rest of this figure, I couldn't care too much about it. And that's the same thing with Lily here. I think Lily might be one of the worst figures in this series. The Baby Harry piece is cool, though it is a tan skin piece, so I can't really use it for much, and it's got the H printed on the torso, so it's not really useful outside the context of Harry Potter. But yeah, not a ton to love here. You can see the printing on her torso looks a little too light, like it's not the same color as her face, which for $5, like, you should get the printing quality good, because that's not very good. She's got, like, the sweater, and she's got, like, this printed skirt with some printed shoes, which is cool, but it's got the same issue as Harry, that it's black printed on top of dark blue, so it could be a little hard to capture on camera and even see in person sometimes. So it's cool that we have the printing, and it wraps around all the sides, but yeah, it's fine. I think she's definitely not worth the $5, though, and she might be my least favorite figure in the series. It's between her and another one, which you guys will see in a little bit. Another thing is just her hairpiece is like the most generic female hairpiece to ever exist. It's been around for years, and I can't believe they're still using it. Like, if you look at the portrait that comes with James, she's got like this really cool looking hair hat combo. And if she came with that, I would like the figure more, but she's got a really basic torso, she's got okay looking legs, and an okay accessory, but the face and hair are just eh. Like, for $5, I'd expect higher quality than this. Yeah, there's what her face looks like with the hairpiece removed. And there's her alternate face, where she's smiling really wide. I actually like the back of her torso a lot more than the front. It looks a lot more vibrant, and it's got more of a design to it. But even still, don't love this figure. Oh, and the reason I didn't show you Grip Hook's alternate face is because he doesn't have one. So moving on to James, he's better than Lily, but not by a lot. Like, I like the Ninjago movie J scarf piece in dark red. I thought that was new for this series, but I heard someone say it came in a Chinese New Year set, which is, I mean, I didn't get any of those sets, so it's cool to still get it here. But yeah, that piece was like color locked to orange for many years, so it's cool to finally get it in a different color. He's got a portrait of him and Lily, which is a fine print. It just feels kind of pointless. Like, what are you going to do with that piece? Like, I guess if you're making a mock of their house or something, it could be useful, but other than that, it just seems kind of pointless, and it just shows me what these figures could have been, because they both use these super basic hair pieces, but in the portrait they've got these really cool looking hair pieces, so that's pretty disappointing to see. Yeah, with that portrait removed, you can better look at his pants. You can see he's got the wraparound shoe printing, and he's got dual molded legs, like a lot of the figures do in this series, and that's really cool that they all have that. But even still, like, that's like the one part that's interesting about this figure are the legs, pretty much. I mean, the scarf's pretty cool, but it does come elsewhere, as I've heard. So really, the legs are the biggest draw of this figure, and then the rest of it is just like fine. He's got an okay looking face, really boring hair. Scarf piece is cool, and then the torso piece is good, but it's not like super high quality. Because yeah, with the scarf removed, there's his torso piece, and it's a decent looking suit. It's just like, it's not that special. It's pretty flat for a $5 figure. So maybe I'm just really salty about the price, because I've been saying the words $5 a lot in this review, but it doesn't feel worth the new price. And there's his back torso print and alternate face, where he also has this really ridiculous big smile. I wasn't a huge fan of these 4 figures as a whole, so let's hope the next 4 are a little bit better. Here we have Ginny Weasley with some ice cream, Fred Weasley with a joke case, George Weasley with a Marauders map, and then Bellatrix Lestrange in her like mugshot pose. Ginny here is pretty exciting to get because we went 2 years of LEGO Harry Potter without any Ginny minifigures at all, and now this is one of 3 that come in this like summer wave. And this is by far the best of the 3, right? She has like a unique face print, she has a unique hair mold, and she's got unique torso and leg printing. Her legs, just like every other minifigure in this series, super intricate. She's got black shoe printing, she's got this dress that wraps all the way around, and the legs themselves are dual molded, which is really cool to see. She's got dress printing on top of the dark green, which may be a little hard to see, but yeah, that is there, and it looks really good. It's actually really, really intricate printing, and I love that there. Hair removed, you can get a better look at that torso print, and it's really cool looking. I love the dress, but look at the neck and like arm printing on it. It's this really, really pale white color, and it's not the same color as her skin. And I know LEGO, this has been an issue with LEGO for the past couple of years, right? They can't print on dark colors anymore. For some reason, recently that's changed. They used to be able to, and now suddenly they can't. But that rule has always only applied to the sets. It's never applied to the CMF. Now suddenly the CMF have bad printing, which I don't find excusable, because in a set, like, a lot of the budget goes into the set itself, but these are figures that are like only meant to be figures. Like, they're selling you a minifigure, it should be the highest quality, especially if they're going to charge you $1 more each figure. Like, the printing quality of figures before this was higher than this, before they were $5. Like, a big example of this, if you compare the casual Lloyd from the LEGO Ninjago movie sets to the one in the minifigure series, the white on his torso is a lot more vibrant in the minifigure series one. But here, this looks like something straight out of a set, this like pale tan color on a torso, and that's just so disappointing to see, and it pretty much ruins an overall like really good figure, because I love the dress, I love this accessory of like the ice cream sundae. I love her face print, her new hair mold is really cool, she's got this little gold clip in it, and it fits her really well, honestly. She's got these waves down the back. Love this hairpiece, love this figure. Aside from that printing just ruins it. And yeah, same kind of printing on the back, but you could see the dress itself does look really good, and it's really intricate, and then her alternate face seems like a little, I don't know how to describe that emotion, but yeah, that's her alternate face. Next are Fred and George Weasley, who I'll go over together because they're very similar. I kind of wish these were one figure. My friend Matt from the Woo Group podcast would disagree with me. He says he's actually happy that they're 2. But I don't know, I feel like they're so similar that I feel like one figure would have made a lot more sense. Like, they used to be one figure back in the day in the old version of Diagon Alley. I believe they were one figure just put in the set twice, and yeah, it's just a little disappointing. They've got the same exact hat piece with the hair, and I know they're twins, but they've got the same exact hat piece with the hair. Their facial expressions are different. They have 4 unique facial expressions between the 2 of them. And the torsos and legs are quite similar, except Fred's has his jacket closed, while George has his jacket open. There's what the side leg printing looks like, pretty much same on the both of them. And same with the back torso printing, slightly different. The fold on George's creates more of an angle, while the fold on Fred's creates like 2 straight lines. So a couple little differences between them, but not much. Then Fred comes with this little suitcase piece, which if you open it, it has these little tiles that say 3 and 6 on the inside. I know that's probably a reference to something from the movie, but I have no idea what it is off the top of my head. So if anyone knows what that is in the comments, you can comment it down below. And then George just comes with a printed tile of the Marauders map, and I think that's a nice choice for him. Yeah, I remember that from the movies. It was a big part of the movie, so it's a good tile to get here. And unlike say the picture frame of James and Lily, that that's a piece that's actually really useful to have, especially if you're a Harry Potter fan. There's their faces with their hats removed, and there's both other alternate faces. I really love George's laughing face. I think that's a really nice face expression. And then we have Bellatrix, which I think might be the best figure in this series. I really, really like this one. First thing I noticed about this figure were those handcuffs. Those handcuffs are in dark gray, which is strange to me because of all the years I've been collecting LEGO, I have never seen the handcuff piece in a different color other than light gray. I could be wrong, they could have done it before, but this is my first time getting handcuff pieces in a color that isn't light gray, so right off the bat, like, that's new and exciting. She's got this printed tile of, like, the sign she holds up in Azkaban prison to have, like, her mugshot taken, and then clearly she's in her prison uniform here. I really love her hairpiece. I don't remember if it's new or if this appeared in the original Harry Potter line, but either way, it's a really, really nice looking hairpiece with all these intricate little curls on it, and it looks really cool, and it fits, Bellatrix really well. Handcuffs and hair removed, you get a better look at that torso and legs, and you can see it's just like a prison uniform with stripes on it. Those stripes continue onto the arms and onto the back, but it ends right there. And you can see she's got a smile as her alternate face, and yeah, this figure is really, really good. Great job, LEGO. And the final 4 figures in this series are Kingsley Shacklebolt, Moaning Myrtle, who's holding Tom Riddle's diary, Professor Sprout, which comes with a mandrake, and Neville Longbottom with the Book of Monsters. Kingsley is a really, really weird choice here. It's not a bad figure, but this is just like Griphook, and this is a character that, like, I don't remember in the movies at all, or even in the books. Like, I don't even remember the name Kingsley. It brings back a vague memory, but I don't remember him much, so he seems like a very strange choice for this series. But the figure we did get is fine. His shoes actually aren't wraparound printing, which is weird just because every other shoe in this series is, but instead they're just printed on the front, as you can see. He's got like the graduation robes in blue, which is pretty cool to get that piece in a new color, though as you can see they don't really stay down. They really just like hang wherever they want. Like putting them like that, he actually looks pretty cool, but normally they fly out like that, so it makes them look a little messy. It's dark blue on the other side, which reminds me a lot of Garmadon's LEGO Ninjago movie robes, but they're a little bit shorter than that here, so you can't really interchange those out, unfortunately. He comes with just like a standard broom as his accessory. He's got a nice looking face print, and I like his little hat, but other than that, not my favorite figure. And there's his full torso print and leg print if you're curious about that. And there's his back torso print, just a few basic stripes. So yeah, not one of my favorite figures in this series. Next we have Moaning Myrtle, who I love. She's not the most like intricately detailed figure, but she's such a fun design. She comes with like these little accessories to make her float. It's the same accessories that came in all of the DC CMF, but she's the only one of these CMF that come with them, and so you can hold her up in the air and make her float. I'm going to remove these now though, just so I can give you guys a better look at the figure itself. And yeah, here she is. I love the use of like the light blue skin tone for her. It really makes her stand out from other minifigures, and it looks really cool. I love her new hairpiece. I'm pretty sure the entire mold is new for her, but that getting her hair in blue, like this dark blue color, makes that a really unique hairpiece. Her clothes are really cool too. It's just like it looks a lot like Hogwarts robes, just like Neville here is wearing, but they're all tattered and they're in this dark blue color, this like faded blue. I love it. She's a super cool looking figure. I love the character in the movies too. She's really funny, but yeah, I really like this one. It also comes with Tom Riddle's diary right here, which if you open it up, just says, "Hello, my name is Harry Potter," and it says hello. With her hair removed, you can see she's got this like angry face going on. And then her alternate face is just her crying, and then she's got her hood hanging down and then more tattered printing on the back. I still don't think Myrtle's worth the $5 price point. Like, she doesn't even have side leg printing or side arm printing like a lot of the other figures have. She is one of my favorite figures in the series just because of how unique she is. Next we move on to Professor Sprout, who's a pretty cool figure to get. She has like the earmuffs on her hat, and she's got her curly hair. She's got this new face print of just like an old woman, which makes sense. She is an old woman, but yeah, it works really well for her. She's got like these leaves on her torso, and she's got like this brown dress. She comes with a mandrake, which is different from the mandrake that came in the last CMF with Neville in the last CMF, actually. And this little pot to put the mandrake in. She comes with a wand, of course. Pretty much every character in the series comes with a wand. There she is, accessories removed. And there's her alternate face back torso print. This one's very average to me. Not my favorite, not my least favorite. It's just not a character I particularly care about, and there's not much to say here. She's exactly what she's supposed to be, and that's about it. And then the final figure in this series, we have Neville, who might be my least favorite character in this series. It's either him or Lily Potter, because both of them feel like really, really lame choices with really, really lame parts usage. Neville here has the Book of Monsters, which is a pretty cool accessory, and it actually might make me like him more than Lily, though Lily has interesting like torso and leg pieces. Book of Monsters here is really cool, though. It uses the standard book inside, but this new outer piece with like these furry teeth, this printing of like 4 eyes, and then there's this little piece on the inside with printed teeth. And yeah, I like how they designed this. They did a pretty good job with designing this Book of Monsters, and it's really cool and really unique. But other than that, Neville is just disappointing. He's got the same outfit that Harry, Ron, and Hermione all had in the previous CMF. So it's just like a repeat of stuff we've already gotten. He's got mid-legs, which is fine, I guess, but I don't know, there's nothing new or interesting about this figure for me. His hairpiece is cool to get, but it's not like the rare hairpiece it used to be. And for $5, it feels like you're paying $5 for the Book of Monsters, so yeah, not one I love here. There's what his full face print looks like, and there's his back torso print and alternate face. So yeah, as a whole series, I think this is a pretty average series. There's some really, really great figures in here, like Ron, Hermione, Dumbledore, Bellatrix, and even the twins. While I complained about them being too similar and not being one figure, I do think them as individual figures are really good. And then we have some figures that are like almost perfect, but a few things holding back, like Ginny, because Ginny, if she just had good torso printing, would be great. And then we have like Moaning Myrtle, who's great, just doesn't really feel worth $5. But then we have some real stinkers in here, like Harry has good pants, but nothing else is all too great. Neville has a cool accessory, but nothing else is all too great. Griphook has a cool accessory, and he himself is fine. The character's just pretty irrelevant, so I'm mixed on the series as a whole. So would I recommend you get any of these? I mean, it's a CMF, so pick out your favorites, but I think Dumbledore, Hermione, and Ron are definitely worth the price, but a lot of the other ones, honestly, I'd say wait till they're on sale, because $5 is a big asking price for these figures, so I don't know. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know which figure's your favorite and which one's your least favorite, and are you planning on getting any of this series? What do you think of the new $5 price? Like, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please press like and subscribe if you're new. I do LEGO videos like this every single day, so if you subscribe, you'll be the first to see them. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.